Just a Tip DJ podcast with your boy DJ Dez, with my co-host DJ Ricky Rico.
What's going on, y'all? We back.
And DJ Netix.
Oh, yes, we're back.
Yeah.
This is episode 8. Yeah, episode 8.
Yes. Number 8. Yeah. We got to do something special for 10. We're getting there.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. It's happening.
Took us 2 hours just to get to this point, but yeah, we're getting there.
Hey, but we ain't good, though.
We
here.
Yeah, we here. We in here. We in here.
Fellas, how was y'all weekend? Haven't seen y'all in like 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Covered for the homie at a spot that I usually play at on Thursday, but I got to play on a Saturday. Definitely a lot busier because it's back to school now down here in Florida. There was a fight that night, so they were showing.
Oh yeah,
they were showing the fight. So there's mad people there.
That's always a plus.
Yeah. I love playing fight nights. I don't know about y'all, but I love playing for fight nights because it's just everybody's already there, down to have a good time. So
Everybody's
I don't watch fights, so it doesn't really matter. Like I'll DJ it, but it doesn't really matter.
I watch the fights too.
Me too.
Okay.
But even if I didn't, I would still love to play for that room because everybody's just there. And once the fight's over, they got nothing else to do except go hang out, right?
Yeah.
Like they're not going to go anywhere else. So those fights end at like 1 a.m., dog. So like they're not going to go jump to another spot. They're going to chill out there. You get to rock that crowd for that last time.
Yeah.
So I had a good time. Yeah, it was cool. That is?
Dope. Honestly, just been in the studio locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm locked up.
Damn, he's doing 5 to 6 right now.
Nah, but just been working a lot on production. Been producing a lot and working on media and production primarily.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I see those really cool videos you post up.
Thank you, sir. The wikis.
The wikis and what is it? Netix 305.
Oh yeah, Producto
yeah.
305. That's a
Yeah.
track that gotta be coming out soon.
It's gonna be dope. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. All y'all peep Netix's new tracks coming out soon. They're pretty fire.
That's not 407.
It's not. It's 305. Well, I mean, I released this song in 2011, the original one, and then now just doing
it's like a
rework.
re-release.
Yeah.
Re-release. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a rework, but yeah, technically, yeah, it's a re-release with a rework. So it's not it's not the same one released, but it's just a rework.
But
of
the
it.
man put his Netix flair on that shit.
Yeah, it's literally a 2024 flair on the
Oh,
track.
okay. On the original track that you made.
Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
it just been focusing on that. What about you?
A DJ.
No way.
I know, right? This is a
Holy
DJ
shit.
podcast, right? I DJ'd in Tampa twice. Saw the homie that you covered at that gig. He played in Tampa at a spot. They did like an R&B vegan festival there. ODS last week
That was
is
this
the third
weekend?
week. No, so it's this was the third to last. So this week and then Labor Day weekend is the last one.
For those of y'all who don't know what ODS is, it's a legendary hip hop.
Old school hip hop, like park jams type of like
Culture
to the hip hop
to the hip-hop
community
in
Tampa,
Yep.
and they're after 14 years or 15 years.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. So they're
It's been a minute.
they're calling it quits on every Sunday. Eventually, I guess they're gonna try to do like monthly and put their cards on the table for monthly. Then instead of it being weekly.
Okay.
So,
At least dope ass party.
Yeah, and I have a Magic Mike show this weekend. I got to do for his rider.
Is that the Labor Day party?
No, that's in 2 weeks. I got to do that too.
Okay.
So it's it's gonna be next couple weeks gonna be pretty good. So
That's what's up.
yeah, and then we and speaking of fights, I don't think I mentioned in the last podcast. Did I tell y'all our DJ gear was at the Jake Paul fight that was in Tampa?
You got you said something about that,
You
right?
mentioned it,
Wait,
but I
was
don't know
it
if we
this
went.
fight or was it like?
It was a
no,
recent
it was
fight.
a recent
Yeah.
fight. Yeah. You
In
had that.
Tampa.
It was like tatted on the DJ gear. It had like the whole DJ plug.
Yeah, all the
right?
DJ plug.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So that was cool. So those guys, most valuable promotions.
Promotions?
Yeah, they call us every single time they're in the area. So when they need DJ
That's
gear.
dope, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's
it's a
dope.
blessing for sure. So
Yeah, that's what's up.
but I mean, it's kind of crazy to think where I've been so far since I moved here.
We gonna see a logo in the ring.
No, I ain't
Gonna
doing
see
no.
DJ Plug
Definitely not.
boxer pants coming out soon. I'll rock a pair, dog. I'm down. You know,
Green.
I bet you would.
them lime greens and whites. You know what I'm saying?
I'm good. you know.
Nah, man.
But in a sense, it's like it's kind of cool to see where DJing has evolved into where we are heading from when it started, over, 50, 60 years ago in a sense of what it is hip hop wise. But DJing in general of how we are, all of us are DJing, and then where the world is taking DJing, like we were, the Olympics and other stuff like that we're going to get into the podcast today.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that. I agree.
But for my tech talk, it's kind of crazy.
Tech talk. Ba-doom, psh.
Sir.
I thought we had like a blurb for that. That is, we don't got a blurb for that shit.
No.
You mean a jingle?
Or a
No,
jingle?
we don't have a jingle.
I thought we
TED Talk, TED Talk.
Can we like a cut sequence or yo, Nay?
We got that for you.
Oh man, next episode, y'all. We promise we'll come up with something cool. It's been a while.
That'll be your job.
I bet.
I'm no evolve and
The
get
one-
jingles.
Yeah, definitely do it at Tech
The
Talk.
one job that he gets to take for this, he's gonna have that.
y'all are definitely expecting Tech Talk Instagram routine real soon.
Oh my god!
All right, yeah, go ahead. Let's get into it. Go ahead.
But in our
Tech Talk.
Tech Talk. Let's do it.
For what it is for the DJs out there and the people in the YouTube land and podcast land, something that I never would have thought
Big.
in the 20 years of me DJing. Would have never thought this. I've been DJing with Serato since 2007, and Serato is now compatible with Tractor controllers.
Whoa. Native Instruments?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Literally, I mean, I know that the podcast is going to be kind of dated, but 3 hours ago, almost 4 hours ago, because both of y'all are late.
On this date,
My guy's late even at his own house. So,
whose house we in? This is a public space.
so they dropped a new update for the Serato 3.21. We didn't get to talk about 3.20 last podcast, but they just dropped new effects on the new update or whatever. But this marks the first time our support expands to the select range of non-Serato DJ controllers in the market, meaning Tractor. But not only Tractor, they dropped 4 on this release. Effectively immediately, we're extended support to Native Instruments Tractor Control S2 Mark III, Tractor Control S3, Pioneer DJ DDJ 200, and a Pioneer DJ DDJ 400, which are both record box controllers.
Both record box entry level controllers,
controllers.
which is
So they run Serato DJ Lite for free,
Yep.
and for the paid upgrade for Serato DJ Pro, which I already have, which you guys already have too. Because every DJ that doesn't have it, go get it. Point blank. Just 20 times easier to just have it.
I find this really surprising, to be honest.
Listen, you know what's crazy? Even Mojax didn't even know about this. The man that does all the reviews,
They just dropped it.
they just dropped it.
Yeah, it
They
just
did-
happened. It just
he
happened.
emailed them both like, yo, what's going on? Like y'all didn't tell me this. And like he literally plugged it in. We'll have to put a little clip in there or a link. I'll add a link to his thing to give him some credit for this. But he literally dusted off his Tractor controller, plugged it in, and sure enough, it worked.
Wow.
All he had to do was just update the firmware.
How old are those controllers now?
The Tractor S3 and the S2, maybe 5 years.
Is Tractor still actively making controllers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So the last one is
They
an
recently had
X1
an
Mark
upgrade.
III. Yeah. So the X1 Mark III.
So the newer controllers are not compatible with Serato. Just those two listed.
just those
S1
two
and-
listed, not the S4, not a
See,
S5,
that's
not S8.
That's still
But
crazy.
here's the thing,
why
though.
They start like from the oldest and then
No, that's not the oldest. These are the latest ones.
Yeah.
the ones that are compatible.
It's,
One
it's
compatible.
for say like SRT kind of like
Okay,
it's not the
okay.
latest, but it's
Yeah.
not old.
But it's used. But
Yeah,
it can use.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, makes sense.
Yeah, it's not an S4.
I mean, I don't know
Right.
because I don't know too much about tractor, you
Yeah.
know, anymore. You know, I haven't been keeping up, so I don't know. You know,
Well, like I said, the last episode, they dropped a whole new Tractor Pro DJ version, but then like this just came out of nowhere to the point that like we're like, yo, like what's next? Like what else? Like what? Like
been
one
kinda
guy was in
quiet.
the comment like,
Kinda
oh, can we get
quiet.
Scratch Live back? And I'm just like, stop it,
oh no,
please stop it.
The new tractor has the stems also up from what I believe I saw.
Yeah, what
they
we talked about
incorporated
last
the
time.
stems.
Yeah, they incorporated stems in the new one, but this is like a game changer
Right.
to me because for my reselling, because I'm not the biggest guy on Record Box.
Mhm.
I will say that. Like I just sold a Rev 7 to a customer the other day because he is taking lessons with a friend, and the way that he has been learning is on a DDJ 400, ironically, and he's using Record Box. But the Rev 7 is compatible since March with Record Box and Serato.
Yep.
So the fact that I'm like, oh yeah, man, he's like, oh, I'll download Serato now. I said, you don't have to. It's connected to Record Box. He's like, how? I said, I'm going to show you. I turned everything off, put everything back up, plugged it all in, done deal. And he's like, wow. And I'm like, yeah. He didn't even know. So now he doesn't have to switch over to Serato if he doesn't want to just yet because he's still learning. But it's like that's native now. But the fact that the Record Box controllers are native to Serato, that's freaking great.
I think the record box shakes the room a little bit more than the native instruments does because you have at least a lot of people who come up to me, you know, and there's people that I'm helping and there's stuff like that. They're like, hey man, I just picked up DJing, yada yada, right? They're playing house. They're starting up with the easy stuff, basics, right?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's always the same thing. Oh, I have a DDJ 400. I have a DDJ 200. I have what's the small Rev controller, Rev 1. Right?
Well, the Rev 1 is Serato.
Right. Some of them are Serato based,
Yeah.
but most of them are
Record Box.
Record Box.
Yeah.
right.
Like the Flex 4 does both. So the Flex 4 does both Record Box and Serato. The Rev 1 does just Serato. And then like the 400 was basically the Record Box version of
Fusion.
the SB3.
Yep.
And then the Flex 4 does both, so it's good for what they're doing because I mean the resale value for these are now going to go up higher because it's compatible with
dual
other,
compatibility.
and in the other programs, like there's going to be virtual DJ guys and algorithm DJ guys in the comments like, oh, we had it. I'm like, we don't care.
Serato said, you don't want to purchase us? Bet. Here's some cross compatibility for that ass.
So now, like for example, Record Box and Native Instruments in this case, right?
Mhm.
Do they get any type of
Residual
right
compensation? They probably
compensation?
They probably do. I don't believe they would get any type of compensation. They probably cut them a check.
And just
They
pay-
probably just cut him a check. They
Okay.
probably gave him a check. They probably said, hey, let's make these particular ones. And then they probably said, yeah, give us 50,000
Gotcha.
and call it a day. Because like the one thing that I listened to on one of the podcasts that I regularly listen to, Serato is one of the only softwares that doesn't charge you to do an upgrade.
Like for example, Ableton, like something new comes out, like a new Ableton.
Oh, like new
Ableton
features. Okay.
yeah, Ableton
Yeah.
12 comes out.
Like
Like,
a new
you
pack,
have to
right.
Every
like,
year you have to pay for
You
it.
had to
Yeah.
pay for that upgrade.
You never have to pay for Serato. Like once
Yeah.
you pay for it, it's yours.
It's
They're not
free,
charging
free.
you.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
that I myself, who's already paid for it, am able to connect to 4 more controllers in my disposal
yeah.
is amazing.
I think it's dope. I think this is a preview of what's to come.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think
I
this
mean,
this isn't gonna be like a one and done situation.
No.
You know what I mean? And to all the DJs watching who do use Tractor, if there's any out there, I don't know anybody who personally uses Tractor, but for all you guys who are using Tractor, and now they can dabble.
I'm gonna tell you the
into-
truth.
you know what I
If
mean?
there's a DJ downtown that I know plays on an S4, and it's the haptic version, it's the Mark III. If they do the Mark III for the next one, that guy will probably switch because he even said it. He was like, "Yo, I've been trying to switch, but
He's
there's
just
not
so
there's not a
used to-
control.
Yeah.
He's so used to his controller,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Yeah.
there's not that many controllers that I want to buy, And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, well, this is a game changer.
Yeah.
Because if they do the S4 next,
How are
sky's the
those
limit.
tractor controllers with features? You know what I mean? How are they? I haven't really seen.
I mean, they're all. I mean, features like on like the knobs.
yeah,
and
like
stuff.
do they
It's
come?
relatively
are they
like the same.
similar to like DDJs? And
Yeah,
stuff like that?
they're similar to like the SX3s. You know, the SX series, the SZ series, the way the buttons are laid out, and everything.
Right.
4 channels. You know, you have your 8 pads on each side. You know,
Pads and
you have your
effects
effects and all that stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's the same. You know, the thing about it is the game changer of the controller, the one controller that everyone, when the SX came out, everyone was following suit.
Mm-hmm.
Then the SZ came out, and then people started following suit. And then, you know, because Pioneer is leading everything.
Right.
But then when Pioneer dropped the Rain 1, when Rain dropped the Rain 1, that changed things into what can we do for battle DJs. And then Pioneer's like, oh, hold my beer, let's do the Rev 7. And then, like we talked about the Performer, Rain came back with it. It was like, oh, well, we got our own version of what y'all got. We're just going to do a 4-channel. So really, since Pioneer decides to do a 4-channel or whatever, it would be good for the game. And I mean, frankly, some of these DJs don't know what they really want for DJ equipment, really. One reason why I use my 707M more often than any other gear that I have, because it's just portable and easy to use. And one reason why I have the full suite, because I can just plug and play on any piece of DJ gear.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I told you guys to get it when I told y'all to get it. Because like you got the V10 and the CDJ 3000s, you could plug directly into it and natively just control your Serato without having to use your flash drives and such like that. So, you know, but yeah.
I mean, before, the main reason why it was so you don't have to necessarily use any type of interface to connect it, and then in order to actually just basically natively just connect and go, plug and play.
Yeah, I know for sure.
I think that's the trend. I think that's the trend that everybody's going for right now, or not everybody, excuse me, but I think that's the common element right now, is that they are trying to combine or close that gap or that bridge, right, with DJ gear, right? So, you know, club kit, suite, right? Perfect example. You know what, guys? I know all you guys have been carrying SL3s around your whole entire life, SL1s, whatever, right? You've been carrying that stuff, extra piece of equipment, extra this, extra that, right? Whatever it takes. Now, things like this, right, starting with that back then, things like that are now starting to go ahead and bridge that gap and close everything in, right? Yeah. So now this move, I think, is just another version of that move back then, to where, all right, now it's kind of cool. You know, now it's, all right, I don't necessarily, I can play on, not that I'm going to ask somebody to borrow their tractor S whatever, S3 or S4, right? But but if I get put in a crazy position, which I have played at a house party one time where the only piece of equipment that was there, I had my laptop, and I'm under the assumption they're like, yo, go ahead and drop a set. All right, cool. House party was bumping. It's great, good times. And I'm in New York. And so obviously I go over there and it's a rolling. And I'm like, all right, I've never played on this before, but now I don't have to worry about those issues, right?
Driver, do I need
drivers? Do I need this? Do I need that? Do I need my SL3 on me right now? Yada, yada, yada.
Though, like, a lot of people don't understand. So a lot of people don't understand the difference between drivers and firmware. So drivers literally is the name of what it is. It drives your computer to be able to connect to the piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Not every single piece of equipment needs a driver because they're class compliant with the software. But I'm able, that's the one thing for me, is that I enjoy being able to just be able to plug into whatever is Serato enabled, ready to go, plug in, done deal. You know, I can play on Denon, I can play on Pioneer gear, I can play on Rain gear, I can play on Hercules gear, I can play on Reloop gear, like whatever is available for Serato that's compatible with the version of Serato that's on my laptop. I'm ready to go, done deal. Put me in coach, calling it a damn day.
Yeah.
You know, like that's exactly what happened with me on Sunday. Like I got a message in the morning, like, hey, can anybody cover my gig? 8 o'clock in the morning, I was the only one that was up. in a room 50 people in the
Sold.
thing. Sold. Take it.
All right.
Quick, you know.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. Whatever. Quick, easy money. But I think this is just a crazy game changer.
For sure.
Yeah, it's definitely shook the room.
Yo.
Something like cross-platform like that for sure hasn't happened in a while. So
But last episode when we talked about Hardwell,
yeah, which there has been
Here,
zero
failures.
There has been zero light to that situation. By the way,
yes.
there's been no update. But go ahead. Yeah,
But SK83, bro, had a similar problem.
just went through the same thing.
But it's with S11 this time. And he uses in his rider, he uses Serato. So he uses the S11.
Yep.
He uses CJ3000s.
Yep.
And then they're tied in through the USB hub in the back of the S11.
Back. Right.
Now, mind you, the S11 that was on the stage, I believe didn't have a skin on it. I believe it was the special edition version of it, which it only has like 2 little keynote things on it. But you're going to have to put the clip in.
Gotcha.
But the
Clip will be inserted.
the whole thing about this was, why didn't they just bring another damn S11 out? But he swapped to a different. He
Swapped to an A9 because he. Okay, all right. Clip break.
It was probably one of the worst start of a set. My equipment failed during my intro.
We'll take this to another level. Cause SK83 is in the house.
I was playing on a DJM S11, that's my preferred mixer, with Serato DJ and 2 CDJ 3000s. And every time I triggered a hot cue on one deck, it also triggered a hot cue on the other deck, even if I didn't press it. And I thought, yeah, maybe I have some wrong MIDI mapping, wrong cable. I checked everything, started again, same problem, so I couldn't fix it. So I looked to my right and I saw a DJM A9 setup and immediately thought, okay, let's not wait for a replacement mixer. Just use the other setup that is there. Even if I'm not 100% confident on it, I will still be able to play a show and play for the fans. And guess what? It worked out. I'm super happy and proud of myself that I didn't Hardwell.
Equipment, everything is fucking.
Because I was very stressed when that happened. So
it probably had some type of liquid damage inside that.
Is that would that be your first hunch?
That would be
like
my
a DJ tip. A DJ,
No, that would not be my first hunch. So what he actually did, trying to delete the MIDI, would have been the first thing that I would have done. Then I would have went down the rabbit hole of, is it a cable? Is there liquid damage? Is there anything? Let's just switch it out. He moved it to an A9, which he said that he was able to do so, but an A9 to an S11 are 2 completely different platforms.
Yeah, that fader is not the same.
Even the channel fader. Well,
No, it's just,
A9
it's just the whole structure of the mixer is not
Yeah.
the same. It's
A9's a
completely
big mixer.
different.
It's
No,
just
that's a big
that's the
mixer.
bigger 4-channel, right?
4-channel.
Yeah.
But he
You don't
also
get
does.
pads, you don't get
pads. You don't
triggers.
get triggers. You don't get none of
So
that.
you probably had to do-
he's probably used to the triggers. Most of the DJs that use the S9, S11s are used
But
to
the
triggers.
3000s have cue points.
They
up
have
there.
cue points, but the thing about
Right.
it is they haven't fully learned how to layer, because you can actually, if he's using stems, you can
You
use
can't
stems.
do it
that-
on CDJs.
You can do it on CDJs now, though.
Yeah, I thought with the latest-
Not
with
with
the
the
cue points?
not with the cue points.
Not with the cue
So
points.
how?
So what it is that it's either cue points or stems. That's all you get when you do it.
Pick your
So
poison.
it's MIDI mapping it, or it comes
No. You can change.
native.
No. You can. So when you get home, plug your laptop, everything, and you go into settings, and then it says replace pads, CDJs. It'll say replace pad mode on your CDJs,
Gotcha.
because your CDJs is now an official accessory.
Just the tip, guys.
That's the tip.
Yeah.
Just the tip. Brought
Right,
to you
something-
by the DJ Plug.
For real.
So, but it's kind of crazy. Like for me, again, I believe it's liquid damage. That's probably what happened to it. The fact that they didn't have a second one is a little weird, but I mean, I've been in situations like that too, as we know. So,
All right, so you hate to see it, right? And this seems to be a trend because that's not the only video that you sent me about the same shit happening to these bigger end DJs that are playing for bigger things. Wasn't at a music festival. It looked like he was in a nightclub. All right, nightclubs don't really tend to carry extra backup mixers and backup CDJs. They do not. They do not do that. So I think first of all, I think he got lucky that there was just an A9 chilling there, either from another. He said, I think he said in the video it was like from another DJ that used that A9, probably a more EDM based DJ. You know, because SK
that makes sense.
Well, the thing about it was that club, the club that they were at, it was probably the club gear
or the house, or the house mixer. Yeah,
it was probably the house mixer, and then they probably rented that S11 for him.
Yep.
So that's the one. He's actually the one DJ that I have yet to fill the technical rider for. I need to book him. Yeah.
Has he been in Florida and all that?
He's been in Florida.
I'd like to see SK. SK's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw us down. That'd be pretty dope to have him here.
Definitely.
DJ Plug, write him a letter.
Yeah.
SK, if you're watching this, my boy,
tag him in it.
tag him in this. Tag him in the episode.
But moral of the story is, shit sucks.
I said it once. I say it again, man. You hate to see it, but the reason why we're revisiting this topic from what we talked about with Hardwell is SK brought up such a good point, and it's exactly what we talked about last week. And that is, he said that you can see his frustrations in the video. He's just as pissed as Hardwell is, right?
Yep.
And I get it. You know, you're as a professional, especially somebody of SK's caliber, right? You want to deliver, you know, and when you do that shit, it's embarrassing. You got thousands of people looking at you like this guy doesn't know what he's doing, you know, especially when you have a reputation like SK, you know, a more technical guy, you know?
Yeah.
And so I would do the same. I think I would let my emotions, they probably would get the best of me because I'm like, shit, man, like I'm trying to open this 4 or 5 times. I try to do my opening routine and it's not working. But the difference is, and I think in that other video that I saw as well that you sent me, I can't remember the DJ, I have to look for it, but you know, he's like, let's find a solution. All right, I'm not gonna cancel the show.
Yeah.
Not right now. Unless he said that's my last resort. If we have no other options, and I'm talking no other options left, then fine.
Yeah.
We'll
and that's the thing. And that's the thing is that we, you know, even as us for the DJ Plug, like we get calls for like the most craziest stuff last minute, you know, emergency stuff. And that's what we enjoy because it's like, yo, we're doing this because we're not just only a business, but we're a solution to the problem that most of these venues have. You know, but like, you know, like I mentioned before a few times, like we've done Magic Mike's, we've done Jazzy Jeffs, we've done
James Hype, bitch.
James Hype, Scratch Bastard, Craze. We've done all these technical riders, and I always make sure and check before I even leave the store to make sure that the gear is good and up to par.
Yeah, you know, I feel like a lot of these, what's happening more often now is a lot of these riders are not paying attention to their shit, and that's sad, right? I would think that somebody like you, but whoever was helping SK out, the
Maybe
DJ Plug over there, like
maybe a sound check. Like obviously that's all, it's all a lot of variables in between.
There's
like,
a lot of variables in
yes.
between.
I mean,
but at
You
least
know, he
starting
could-
that.
yeah,
But
no,
we're not
yeah.
as DJs. We're not like us, but we don't usually have no type of sound like.
no, we don't get that luxury.
No,
Right.
We
don't get
we
that
just
luxury,
go up there and
no.
do. We just
But
go
at
up there and do
least
it.
the venue, or if it's a festival, at least the festival, like depending on what it is,
Yeah, festival wise, yeah, you should
right?
be.
At
Well,
least have some type.
Well,
of...
there was a tweet the other day, not the other day, but there's a famous tweet. I'll have to find it and I'll send it to you so you can put it in there. Someone said the first 15 minutes of DJing is trying to figure out what happened with the gear. Like the first, like you're just like, what's going on with this? Like the first 15 minutes every time. Even for me, like, you know, like I said before, I'm able to connect to anything. So if I do have a hiccup, now I'm going to go down the checklist to see what's going on. And then like, okay, boom, this is what I need to do. This is what I change. Sometimes you might have to just change the USB port. You know, you might have to just go from one USB port to the other.
Do you have that time though? Do you
But
have?
wait, because if you are a resident at a venue that has their gear, right, and multiple different DJs DJ also and on that gear,
Yeah.
everybody has almost everybody have a little bit of a different setting, or almost it depends.
Yeah,
but
the
some people have
opener's
the
never gonna
curve.
play. Yeah.
Right. Some
yeah.
some DJs have the curve differently. Some DJs only use up and down. Other DJs actually use a crossfader. Like they have a different type of sensitivity on the jog wheels for the CDJs. So there's multiple settings. So to come down on it is like, yeah, like you have to take the first couple minutes to actually like look at your gear and see if it's up to what you used to, or like, or put in your settings. If you like them lighter, if you like them heavier, if you like it cut sharper.
Yeah, like I had a customer rent one of our 1000 SRTs, and he had told Fuji, the curve wasn't right, but I think it's my computer. So lo and behold, Fuji definitely didn't check it after, but I took it out to see, because I mean, at the end of the day, I have to DJ. I'm gonna at least take the gear and let me just check it out. If it's not working correctly, then I'll just go channel faders and just finish out the rest of the night.
At least you do that, though.
You know,
At least you do that. It
Yeah.
sounds like a lot of these riders aren't.
I'm in their defense.
They're just assuming that their stuff works.
In their defense, I don't know if we don't. There's a few things. We don't know if they got that mixer from a DJ company or from a local DJ, just helping them out, because sometimes that's a
the
lot
case,
of
right.
the case of a lot of things. It could have been, again, a USB thing. It could have been like I've had it that I have 4 USBs on my laptop. One USB doesn't read Serato correctly on one controller the right way, but the other 3 do. So like I know which USB goes to which controller, and do all that, because that's just what I have learned about DJing. It's never, the variables will always change.
Yes.
7 days a week, like I tell people all the time, it doesn't matter if I'm DJing at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. or 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. The variables are going to change, because you can wake up and your computer could not turn on.
So
Or you can,
Your wire is already beat up enough that it took this last beating last night, and today's a different day.
So I mean, okay. So this brings up a point. So I'll use Netix as a perfect example. Like this Saturday, you're playing a show, right?
Mhm.
There's other openers playing the show, and then obviously you have a big act coming on after you guys. I don't know what the order is for you. If you're first, great. That's a luxury, because then you can get there early and tune the CDJs and A9 or whatever to your liking. But if you're not, do you think, as somebody who's transitioning, right? There's people there and there's people dancing, and the room is already open, right? You're not gonna have that time to sit there and tweak the A9 and tweak the CDJs and all that. You just kind of gotta jump into it and hope that
Everything's set up correctly.
Everything's set up correctly, and even then, it's like, my this and that, my link, my flash drive settings, whatever.
That's what I was. That's a great point, because, for example, like you can get on a set and you're about to play, but you're not 100% sure of how the link cables are connected, if they're connected correctly, if from the RMX to the mixer it's sent to return is set up correctly, if it's set up in a different channel. There's a lot of what settings each and every single thing is. Like if you have the send return set up correctly, there's multiple things. And then we go back to like the whole setups of the CDJs. Like, do you have your settings on your USB how you want it on your CDJs?
Is it saved?
Or is it differently? Like, so there's multiple variables that you're right. If the opener, the very first DJ that's starting the night, you'll get the freedom to come in and set it up as you want.
However you want.
If you come in and the venue's already open and they have a mix playing from like the sound and you're just about to get started, then you don't get as much time to like it's all a bunch of different variables.
I think, and I know this is a perfect world, but really, like festivals, for example, where before each act goes on, they'll put something on and that's just playing while they're doing sound checking, which going back to the Hardwell situation, you would think
at that level,
yes.
Or at least
he goes
his
on,
manager or his road manager,
somebody is over there checking on that stuff, hitting the cue button, check, microphone, check, whatever they're doing.
Which it shouldn't even come down to the manager. It should come up. It should come down more like
it's whoever's on that camp. Yeah.
Well, no, because that's a 50-50 thing. So I've been to sound checks that they've had a handler. that the handler is the person who's doing the sound check and then some, because they know that handler knows what's going, if something's going wrong, because they were working with that person. Like for example, I know that Jazzy Jeff found out that someone dropped a turntable off the bus, like in the case, and the turntable wasn't working.
And you had to play on one deck, right?
Yeah, he had a one deck it, and then they had to get him another one. You know, like that's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, especially when someone like him, he's on tour, where like there's not that many people who have that specific gear. I'm the only one in the state that does. You know, so it's one of those things that I pride myself into just making sure that's good. But there's just so many variables that you really don't know the situation until you're in it. You know what I mean? Even like the James Hype one, my gear was there. I wasn't there. I just facilitated everything that needed to be done.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when things weren't going right, I got the phone call. All right, cool. Let's figure this out together.
Yeah.
You know, so it's one of those things that it's just like, yeah, it sucks when it happens, but I mean, at least he still got to perform, even with the A9, even though it's not with the toggles. And granted, doesn't have all.
He said he had a good time.
He said he had a good time.
Honestly, you know, if anybody's taking anything out of these situations, you know, because this is the second week that we've kind of talked about it, and I think no matter what kind of DJ you are, wedding DJ, club DJ, EDM DJ, tour DJ, whatever, DJs, you must learn to adapt with any type of difficulty that comes your way, because SK looked back, got upset. His team was like, "Hey, bro, what do we got to do? What do we got to do?" Yeah, it helps to have a good team behind you when you're that guy, right? That's big. But he's like, "Yo, I don't know what to do. Here's this A9. Let's get it plugged in. Let's rock. Come on, you got this." Like, you know. And then he's like, "You know what? You're right. DJs must adapt. Too many times DJs don't know what to do. They crap out. You know, Hardwell, it was hard to watch because, you know, you would think somebody like him would be able to adapt. Somebody like
some
him.
people are just divas.
I'm starting to think more and more that was a divalicious situation because, like,
well, I know DJs that, like, you know, like I have, and that's again, us three were pretty versatile when it comes to the gear that we use.
Right.
You know, like Netix has an RX3 that he normally uses when he does his gigs. You have the Ref 7. I have multiple pieces of equipment. I know that, you know, like when you play over at that one restaurant, they have CDJs or they have a SZ, or, you know, if you're doing a festival, they have CDJs. You know, even like when I do certain restaurants, they have turntables.
Yeah.
You have to be able to adapt to your environment as a DJ, because they don't care.
Big time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I had a conversation with this one guy. The guy was like, "Oh, they don't care what DJ equipment I rock on as long as I rock." I said, I got that part, but you should also learn every single
that
piece.
Shit is important, man.
You should.
It's important.
You know the main. Like, I think one of the main reasons why it's important to know and be able to like not just adapt, but know the equipments that you could possibly play on is because the moment that something might go wrong with the equipment, no matter what equipment it is,
they hand you another piece.
Either that, but you can troubleshoot right there and then because you know
that. Yeah,
right.
You know that.
And
if they give you something new, cool, even better. You get something that you can try.
All right, cool. I can do
but
this.
at least you know how to use that equipment. You're not like, where is this and that?
And I'm never going to always be available. Like a couple of weeks ago, I'm at venue in Tampa, booked a homie, and he's like, "Yo, they got this A9 mixer. I always plug into an S7. I always plug into an S9. Why is it not working?" And I'm like, because it's an A9. And that's not, you have to pay for it.
AS.
And I'm like, and you gotta, you know, and it's kind of crazy. And I'm like, "Hey, bro, like you got to pay for it." And he's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Remember how you got that, you know, that Newmark mix to go and you were paying for that?" "Yeah." He's like, "Well, I'm still paying for it." "Well, yeah, you only paid for that part. You need to pay for the 2 part."
You talking about like that? You talking about the joystick thing?
Yeah, the little, he has one of those for one of his gigs. It's just for one of his gigs. Yeah. It's crazy.
I mean, I have one actually in the studio.
Yeah.
But it's meant for like, you know, I just got it for fun. But
yeah. No, I know. But here's the thing. Again, I had explained to them that it's 2 parts for the A9. For that, it's only 1 part. So that's the thing, is I typically tell people either get the club kit or get the suite, and then you're done. You're good. Because no matter what you plug into, with the suite or the club kit, because the club kit, what comes with the club kit is DVS and Serato.
Yeah.
The suite is both plus everything
Everything
else. So why not just pay for the suite?
Right.
You
DJs
get
that
all
don't have
the effects. You get all the effects. They just did an update.
They don't always.
But here's the thing.
Not everybody's looking at it like that way though.
You know what's crazy, that the other day in a group chat, like, that got brought up. Like, why am I paying monthly if I don't have this? And it's like they didn't understand the concept of, like, hey, first of all, why are you paying monthly?
Just buy it outright.
Right, like
pay for it.
especially if you're a professional, like, working DJ.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You
You're
gotta pay
gonna
for it.
you're gonna spend more money paying monthly because you're never gonna stop paying.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And that's the thing is that, and I had to explain that to a few DJs that you guys know. I'm like, yo, it's a subscription.
Yeah, just buy
It's
it.
just like Netflix.
Buy
It's
it.
just like Hulu. It's just like Amazon Prime. You are paying for it
Yeah,
until
bro.
you cancel it.
You know
And
what's
it's not
If
yours.
I could buy my Netflix outright or my
Right.
Hulu outright, you damn right,
But
I would pay for
The
it.
craziest part is that as time goes, because I remember there was one time that the suite was the price of what, like, it was like a different pricing than, like, the suite went
Bro, the suite at one point literally was $350.
right.
Yeah.
$350.
What is it a month? Like $20 a month?
It's $15 a month.
Yeah. Just do the DJ.
When you
Just
do the
math.
math.
Right.
When you do the
Grab a
math, it's
calculator.
yours.
Yeah.
And then now with
Understand that.
with Serato, you can do up to 3 computers.
Yeah.
Before it was 2.
Yeah.
So now you have 3 computers that's able to run at any moment of time. You have your full suite. You get the effects. You get the DVS. You even get video, even if you don't use it.
Pitch in time.
You get pitch and time. You get
pitch and time, all
everything. You
that
get
stuff, yeah.
everything.
You
get
just
all the
never know.
plugins.
You just never know. Like, here's another. The more you know moment.
Well, here's
okay?
the
Like,
thing.
You don't never know what position you're going to be put in either, right?
Yeah.
Because I'll never forget the day that I showed up to my residency in Gainesville. All right, you know,
Gainesville.
yeah. Shout out to Simon's nightclub in Gainesville. Good times. All right, and I was a
You
resident.
drove up there from here?
Yeah,
Whew.
pulled a Justin Taylor. I used to drive to Gainesville all the time.
Wow.
I see you, Justin. So I loved playing for that room, bro, because Gainesville is. I mean, if you know about Gainesville, there ain't shit going on up there except
College.
college.
Gators.
Go Gators, right? So when football's in session, that place was bumping, and that's when I would play. And this is back when Selfie came out, right? It's back when Chainsmokers were just starting to be a thing, right? And I showed up, and I set up a main room. There was like a main room, and there was like they called it the basement, which was like the hip hop room, right? I showed up in main room for my set. I'm ready to go. I start playing, and about 45 minutes into it, the GM runs up to me. She's like, yo, we have a huge booking right now. I need you to, like, switch your format. And I'm like, all right, cool. What are we doing, right? And it's like, just play whatever, like, EDM you can right now, but don't play. Whatever you do, don't play Selfie. Whatever you do, don't play anything by the Chainsmokers, all right? Whatever you do, don't play, like, any mainstream EDM, mainstream stuff like that. Like, and sure enough, all of a sudden in front of me, right? Because as crazy as it sounds, this nightclub didn't have a house setup, so I'd have to bring my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, these riders are coming up, and they're like, "Hey, bro, we got to move your stuff over quick." And
Damn.
yeah, bro, and they're pushing my, like, I think at the time, I was playing on like on V7s, man, on Newmarks. I can't remember, but yeah, it was something completely
Like 10 years ago.
10 years, yeah, like completely not what exactly, like not Pioneer, not CDJ, none of that stuff. So they're moving my shit over all the way to the corner, and you know, yeah, I had my decks, right, and I had to play on those, but I also knew how to play on whatever else came in front of me, right?
Yeah.
That's why I say, leading back to the main point right now, is you never know what situation you're gonna be in. All of a sudden, I went from my regular residency to, yo, you're opening for the Chainsmokers. And I'm like, and I, you know, at the time, I'm like, who the fuck are the Chainsmokers?
Yeah.
Like, you know that song Selfie? And I'm like, oh, snap. And they're chilling right there. And they're just sitting there, and they're about to go on in about 40 minutes. And now all of a sudden, I'm playing a mix on my decks while I'm switching over to the Pioneer rig. And they're like, you got to play on this. And I'm like, all right, cool. But luckily,
You knew what to do.
I knew what to do.
Yeah.
And thank God for me having my Serato box because I was like,
Good days of SL boxes.
yeah. So SL boxes was there, thank God. But the point is, you never know what's going to be presented in front of you.
Yeah.
You could just be at a regular gig, and all of a sudden, like, bro, you need to switch it up. You got a USB on you, you know, whatever. Like, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So that is why I think it's really important for us to be like bilingual DJs as
Yeah.
far as knowing your
Know the-
equipment,
know the gear.
know the gear, you know what to do.
You know
when you're
how
putting
many?
positions.
You know how many DJs are never gonna know what it's like to have to learn how to daisy chain SO boxes to
Oh,
make sure. I remember that. And they're never ever gonna know about that.
Bro, I remember going to Radio Shack and asking them if they had any type of dual RCAs. So we
Like,
could,
all this
so we could,
all
run,
these
yeah, like we could
adapters,
run
bro.
CDJs signals into two different boxes,
different boxes.
at
We
the
could
same
switch
time,
boxes at the
so we
same
could just call it the damn day, bro. And I'm
Dude,
thinking to myself now, that was only 14 years ago.
Right?
14.
And they don't even have to use those
No.
boxes ever again.
No,
We are
I
not
am-
showing.
Still have my SO3.
I have an SL4. I still have an SL4.
I think my-
I'm gonna
yeah.
buy a Flux soon. I'm gonna.
I think
end up
my
buying
SL3
a
is sitting
Flux soon.
somewhere in the attic, so it's up. It's up
Yeah.
there, man. It's up there. Well,
Yeah.
so okay, all right. So on that note of exposure, on that note being put on the spot, all right. I wanted to bring up. Did any of you guys, no politics, right? No politicking. But did any of you guys watch the Democratic National Convention? It was like last night. In the past
I saw some clips.
some clips. All right, look. So no, no political affiliation or whatever. But the DNC was a fucking party, and you know why it was a party? Because they had DJ Cassidy up there,
Yeah.
and that is the first time ever in any like political convention history that a DJ has been the focal point of presentation for
Yeah.
a convention involving politics and
Yeah.
presenting, this is our next Democratic national, convention. Kamala, like it was,
Yeah.
he was the center of attention.
The only thing I saw was Lil Jon.
Lil Jon too.
I got shared when they did Georgia, and they played. They shout out Georgia. They're like
He
Georgia.
played Turn Down for what?
They
When
played
they
Turn
were-
Down for a lot.
I did
Turn
not
Down
see
for
it.
Lot.
So basically, if y'all didn't watch it,
We're gonna have to do a clip.
yeah, if you didn't watch it,
Are we gonna do an insert clip here,
Yeah,
break?
so yeah, because it's funny. It's definitely funny.
Give it the shout out so we know where to put the break.
all right, yeah. All right, look. Watch this clip, but also pay attention to how, the DJ was involved in this clip. People's choice.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is DJ Cassidy, and I'd like to welcome you all to the Democratic National Convention roll call. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to officially nominate Kamala Harris for president. Five, get loud, another round of shots. DNC, turn out for what? Turn out for what?
All right, so it's Lil Jon. All right, Lil Jon's one thing. That's cool. But the DJ, obviously Cassidy, is the one who's playing all these songs. So they did a roll call for every state. Every state, right?
50.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. And each state had a song. And it was his job to hype up. If they didn't have a Little John, which not every state had a Little John there.
Yeah.
So, it was usually the governor that would walk up there, right? Or somebody very important to the state, Senate, whatever. And he's hyping them up. And I think this is dope. I think this is cool because for the longest time, our profession has been looked at as a joke, sometimes.
Yeah.
You sit at the dinner table. What do you do for a living? I'm a DJ. Word? Oh, shit, you're being serious.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is that, our profession is something that takes a lot of skill, takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of preparation,
They curated that thing.
And
50 states. That's nuts.
yeah, and he had to sit down. Imagine getting that phone call, and you get to sit down with Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, very powerful people, and they're like, "Yo, you're gonna do this, 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 and this." Okay,
and these are the songs, and you need to hype them up. And then he's running dress rehearsal.
They probably didn't have the songs. He probably had to curate the songs.
Yeah, they
That's what
probably
I-
gave him
yeah,
the
they
idea.
probably
If
gave
he
him the
didn't-
idea.
he didn't come up
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, but I think he probably came.
Maybe
up with
some
the idea.
states, yeah, maybe some states did say, like, obviously, hey, Georgia's gonna have Lil Jon there. Do what you do, right? Turn down for what? All right, whatever. But again, and even when Barack Obama walked out, I couldn't hear the song too well, but I know that everybody in there was singing the song. And Barack didn't pick that song. That's the DJ.
Yeah.
That's the DJ doing that right there.
Oh yeah.
And to me, this is very cool. This is dope because now our profession is actually being turned into something like, you know what? It takes a lot of time professionally to get there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then to have that burden on you, like, yo, bro, you got to pick these songs for these states and hype it up no matter what song you pick.
Yeah.
And they're coming out, and you see these candidates coming out, or senates or governors or whatever coming out, and they're having a good time walking down to these songs. And if they were just walking, Cassie's over there like, y'all give it up for Idaho, like, y'all give it up for Maryland. Like, he no matter how crazy or weird it sounds, it was his job
To hype it
to
up.
hype it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And so the exposure to the profession, I think, is amazing. You
Yeah.
know, I think finally we're in an age where, a kid who may be 15, 16, 17 years old is like, man, I want to do that one day, instead of it being looked at like you're a loser,
Yeah.
you're
We're getting compared to drummers.
yes. Nothing against drummers. Got some drummer friends who watch this, so I love you guys, okay? Because I can't play drums for shit. But yeah, I mean, we're like, oh, you want to be a rock star, No, we're not rock stars.
Well, the Olympics just passed. Break dancing was in it.
There was, I was gonna say that, but there was, besides the breakdancing, there was also other DJs performing throughout different.
parts of
Yeah.
the Olympics.
Yeah, I saw Link Style was there.
Yes,
Yep.
that's what I was referring
Yep.
to.
Yeah,
Yep.
She's from France.
Yep,
Yep.
Yeah.
that too.
The fact that breaking was in the Olympics, that was
First of
that
all,
was
breaking in the
awesome.
Olympics was dope.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
it was
that
dope
was
for the
dope
people
to
that
watch.
actually knew how to
That
break.
know
Until
how
Australia. Was it Australia?
Yeah,
Get the kangaroo dance
Yo,
on.
see, it
that
gives
listen,
me
dude,
hope, bro. I feel like I could do that, yo.
bro. They're now about to do an investigation.
Ray gun. Wait,
Because
whoa.
They're about to. Yeah, they're.
How
about
do you even qualify?
supposedly?
That's what I wanna know.
Supposedly
Don't have enough
they
countries.
supposedly they didn't even have like a whole thing going on with them. So supposedly
Australia?
Yeah. So supposedly what it was a they coordinated everything themselves. So they coordinated the battle against the other people who aren't really breakdancers. Basically stated that she won. This is what's being told.
But you're
said,
referring
like-
to Australia, not like the
Australia,
whole
not-
breaking.
not the
Not
whole
the whole
break
break
dance.
competition.
Just
There was
Australia.
some real breaks talent.
No,
Oh,
there was
Came down to it.
100%. There was some
Only-
amazing
listen,
break.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There was only two. The one with the do-rag, forgot what country they were from, and then Ray Gun. And everybody knows Ray Gun. And that's what everyone's mad about it.
That's what I'm
because
saying. Like,
she gets all the attention and not breaking. It's just
Yeah.
her getting the attention.
I'm sorry.
And that's what they're saying, that they feel that she intentionally did this on purpose to get the attention. So now they're about to go into a full-on investigation to try and get the Olympics, because now the Olympics are saying that
They don't wanna
won't
have
be-
breaking.
They don't want to
Yeah,
do
I
it.
saw
They
that.
want to do it again in 2028.
That's
would
in LA.
you want to do it again?
In LA.
if
Well, hold
you
on.
saw that?
But hold on. No
Would you
breaking
wanna do
in
that
LA.
Yeah, that's a
Exactly.
mecca over there.
That's
the
like
thing.
yeah, that's a
It's
big
gonna be in
breaks
the United
culture.
States this time.
Yeah.
Okay, but so then whoever runs, and I don't know who, but whoever runs the Olympics, bro, just be smart about who you're letting in there to break.
but it's not even about
breakdancers in
it's,
there.
it comes down to the country that
It's the country.
yeah, it comes down to the country.
So I
that,
think they think that they rigged it for her to be there.
How do you rig that? Would you send like an AI video of her
Suppose-
breakdancing?
No. They knew who
They had a
was-
whole
yeah.
competition, and they made like basically rigged it that she was gonna win to go in.
Oh, I listen. I don't know how the Olympics works. Honestly, I think the Olympics sometimes are kind of weird,
Oh, for sure.
especially
the intro ceremony.
especially this year, bro.
Well, I mean,
Especially this year,
I'm not
but
trying to get into the sports, but I think it was funny that the basketball team took their own money and got a 5-star hotel.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Wait,
why
Look
would
at who
you
was in
not?
that team. Why wouldn't
Yeah,
they?
they all spent like almost $20,000.
All them
in
dudes
total.
literally
That's
make like $40 million
yeah, I
a
know.
year.
I know.
To
You know what I
beat
mean?
it was either that or beating yeah.
Yeah, look, Eddie. The point is, if it would be cool, you know, and they showed the breaks DJs a lot. You know, they seeing the DJs up there doing the routines for them and things like that. That was pretty cool. You know, that's something I've never seen on the Olympics before.
But their job was a hell of a job. What they did,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
to
no, no,
have
yeah.
the breaks that they played, like to be able to just.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there was a lot of preparation, programming, and
Like,
everything.
I'm sure you
100%.
practiced that. I'm sure you practiced that. But
Yeah.
but the
But
point
the
is,
fact, how they kept everything going,
yeah,
The flow of
the
everything.
flow of everything was as far as the
Curation of
DJs,
all the music,
exactly,
because they had to pay
exactly.
for all that stuff too.
Yeah.
Because it's being broadcast.
Exactly,
and all that stuff.
exactly. And
So
you
your
know,
ASCAP and everything
not
else.
every right. So and not every sport generates as much revenue in the Olympics as like basketball, right?
Yeah.
Soccer, right? Everybody knows about those sports in the Olympics. You know, gymnastics. You're talking about breakdancing. You know, we don't even know if these DJs were getting paid to be there. I'm sure I'm sure they were
They probably got compensated.
somehow, but they're not sitting there making $1 million to DJ for breakdancing
But
in the Olympics.
they're gonna be in Olympic history for the rest of their
100%.
lives.
Exactly.
sure.
Exactly my point. And so we are moving towards now I feel like we're moving towards where it was like, oh, you're a loser because you're a professional DJ, to now like, oh man, like I just saw you in the Olympics, man. That's dope. You know, oh, DJ Cassidy just DJ'd for Barack Obama on the largest political, you know, stage in the world, you know? And so I feel like we're going to start seeing more of that. It's going to be more normalized to have DJs playing pivotal roles in pop culture, you know, kind of like the AM days.
Question for you guys: do you guys think that this new evolution, as far as what's happening with DJing, started and evolved after COVID, when everything, you know, there was a couple multiple DJs that during COVID made a huge.
Well, Cassidy did make a huge thing. So when he did the past,
Was it D Nice too? Was
and D Nice did too, but
there was a
but
couple?
D Nice was for Instagram,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Cassidy was for YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah,
So
he went big on YouTube.
Cassidy's run was on YouTube, and then D Nice was on Instagram, Facebook Live, and then you know, because Instagram was paying him.
that's why I'm bringing it up.
You
Do you
know.
guys think that what happened during COVID and after that, like, was that like a push?
It was a push. It was the one thing that I would say on my end of the technical aspect of it all is that Twitch just made it that they're going to be paying for the royalties.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
And they have like the DJ program,
there's
right?
a DJ program.
Mhm.
But here's the whole point. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. The whole point
I
of this,
signed up for it. I was like, I'm not sure when I'm gonna start streaming, but I know I am. I'm gonna sign up for it before they like
Start.
close it. Yeah.
Yep. No, it makes sense. I mean, you can't blame them for, you know,
The fact that they're actually giving a platform for DJs, that is like, hey, this is
Right.
for
This
DJs.
is for
This
you
not
guys.
Like, yeah,
Right.
it's not like, oh,
because
just
even
free.
Mixcloud started charging for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
but
So
theirs is a little bit different. But
There's
there-
a specific
there are
catalog
some
that you
homies
can't
up here
play.
on here.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
that's cool. But here's the thing that they have the official DJ category now on there,
Mhm.
which is good.
Mhm.
Promotions and community programs in the coming months will be launching an ongoing promotional programs designed to elevate and showcase the diversity of talented DJs across the service. We'll also soon announce additional programs to unite and support DJs across Twitch. New DJ terms. DJs face the challenges of takedown muted streams and bans across many of the major services. To tackle these services, Twitch DJs, we are ongoing discussions with the music company to develop a solution. After several years, we finally reached an agreement that makes it possible for DJs to use popular music and musicians to be paid when their music is used live in DJ sets. So, which is cool. They're paying off BMI, they're paying off ASCAP, they're paying off the music people. The only thing, do not play pre-release music. Our program does not allow you to stream pre-release or unreleased tracks.
Okay.
if you stream these tracks, your channel may be subject to DMCA takedowns.
Two
So,
things.
question: what if I have a pre-release song,
And it's his song.
and it's my song,
Your song is different.
right?
Your song is different.
But I think it comes down to like what
Is the
label-
algorithm? Does the algorithm know that?
It's
No,
this,
but
no,
because if it's
just-
unreleased, it wouldn't be on the
it
algorithm.
would no. So it's one of those type
Okay,
of things.
all
Like,
right.
it's like this, right? If I had a Megan, just say we had a radio promo for Megan Thee Stallion, and we played Megan Thee Stallion
That's
on the stream.
yes,
That's something.
yeah.
But my own personal track, I don't believe that it would do that. The Twitch DJ program is designated for channels that stream DJ sets. It's not applicable to other music uses.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that
So
used in
yeah,
the
yeah.
background of gaming or just
Right.
trying.
If you're a DJ, you have the rights to be able to
Yeah.
play what they like. Everything that you can play besides the stuff that
True,
do not
true.
play.
True.
But you can't stream it if you're like a gamer or something. You can
So-
play music.
Now, this is another thing. They said if you stream as a DJ part time, we recommend creating a separate additional account dedicated to,
that,
your DJ.
To do
stream.
that. Yeah. Because well, I mean,
You can't do like gaming and then DJing
well,
in the
think
same
about it.
account.
I mean, let's just say, and shout out to Magic Mike, right? Magic Mike is now a very well known Twitch DJ,
Yeah, he's a
right?
Twitch-
And
he's a
I
Twitch
peep his,
worker.
and I he's affiliated now.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
affiliated. Yeah,
and that's what's up, And he took advantage of that. Four Color Zach is another one of those guys on Twitch who makes a shit ton of money and does a lot of big things with Twitch, right? There you go again. There you go again. Earthquake.
Put the clip here.
Clip.
I'm sorry.
Fix the camera.
sorry.
You messed up the camera and everything.
sorry.
That camera went like this the whole time.
It's fucking
My bad.
working the
I-
whole time. Man, Netix is gonna take a long time to edit this one. This episode's gonna come out next month. Next month. Next month, this episode will be
What we're
released.
cutting.
You said you were. I fucking told you. I
did not think we were gonna
Okay.
cut this many
God, I
times.
told you that.
He's going
Los
through it.
delitos left and right.
You going through
Yeah,
it before you
bro.
left. Shit,
Bro, can we talk about how if you? Oh, I'm so glad we're recording. If you, bro, you are the black DJ CNBC dog. You fucking when you read these excerpts, bro. Latest Twitch release. Like you fucking change your voice and everything, bro. You change your voice and everything.
Changes his posture and everything. He's
He
like,
said,
so.
the latest in the acquisition between Rain and Pioneer. Bro, you fucking this shit screams 7 o'clock. Holy
Oh
shit.
my god.
You do it every time when you start reading the excerpts. I was like, this.
He fixes his posture.
Bro, he changes. He gets it. He's like, listen. I'm Desmond, and you're listening to the 6 o'clock DJ News.
You're about to hear what's new on Twitch.
New program released.
All right.
Ableton users,
Oh
you can
my
now
god.
enjoy
Where we
version
at? So we can end this?
6.1.
I'm ready to go home.
Okay, all right.
I've been here for too long. Been here for almost 4 hours.
Oh man.
This is what you my. I just want you my big potato.
Oh man. So he gets the last baby. He said, "I need a baked potato right now. I want my baked potato." Right
Hey, don't be eating my baked potato in there.
now. Oh, come over there, yo. Come over there, that baked potato.
Came out with
Don't
the
you take that
cheese.
baked potato?
Came
Who
out
the
with
fuck ate my baked potato?
Double bake, double bake, double bake.
We gotta go to Wendy's now. God damn it.
You ever seen a barbershop when she got mad? Eve got mad because somebody ate her food.
Oh, the fucking food? Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Where do we left off at the Twitch thing? All right. So we're gonna segue to that or I got
How
this.
the heck did we cut?
I don't even know.
All right, I got this. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, boom. Yeah, so I think the future of that is pretty dope, and obviously coinciding with like how Cassidy got to that stage, definitely had something to do with, COVID streaming.
Yeah,
and
cold
then
streaming. Yeah.
that following, and then obviously the Democrats were like, hey, we need a which is crazy because I'm sure there's plenty of other DJs that they could have called like Barack Obama and come out. There's
They know what they're doing.
they
No, they know what they're doing. I
but
mean-
they right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they had. I think they had D Nice for something before.
Mhm.
You know,
Not as major as the convention, though. You know what I mean?
not
So,
a major convention, but I mean, they've used him before for
yeah.
multiple things. I mean, it's I even a couple of elections ago, I remember when they were booking DJs at the polls.
I would
Like,
see
outside
that.
the
I would
polls,
see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, this year that everything had like.
But this year was
Megan
so,
Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mess.
That was wild. But
There's no need for Megan Thee Stallion to be twerking
but from the
right there with Kamala Harris. Like, this doesn't make sense at all.
they're trying to
It's like, what are you
appeal to
trying-
This
you're
year
trying to
has
distract
been
me
something
and vote.
else.
You're
You're
distracting
young
me
vote.
to get the vote. You're not getting my
Twerking
vote
vote,
right now
baby.
because you're just twerking right
twerking
now.
bowl, baby.
Megan
I mean,
Thee Stallion,
basically-
Megan Thee Stallion. I'd rather you see you twerk with She-Hulk.
Oh my god. But yeah, see, look at that. That's what it is. You know, that's what it is. That's where I'm not saying that we DJs are twerking, but it's cool to see DJs now on that stage,
Platform,
on
yeah.
that platform, on that like getting love, being part of the culture now. Like now we, it's on that point. I think it's dope. I think it's dope. And yeah, with that being said, man, that's an episode right there,
Boy,
boys.
you get out of here.
Yeah, that's an episode.
All right. Well, I'll save my stuff for next time for the next episode.
Yeah,
fellas, I appreciate y'all.
yeah.
We definitely show up on time next time.
For
What
sure.
do you, wait, hold on. You ate.
I know I ate,
Yeah.
but someone also showed up 2 hours late.
And I ate.
You know it's not a you know it's not a just a tip episode if Des ain't complaining about something.
Grumpy Des hit
just
the
wanna-
building.
I just want to start things on time.
Breaking news.
Fist the stand.
Listen, sir. I don't take the toll, so I take a 30-minute drive of scenery to get over here.
Yo,
Okay.
like I don't live that far, man. Damn,
It's 30
shit.
minutes.
Listen, y'all
It
follow.
takes 50 to get to you.
Yeah.
It takes 30 minutes, sir.
Y'all follow at Just a Tip. Shout out to all of our regular listeners.
Like,
Everybody,
comment, subscribe.
like,
You can
comment,
talk
subscribe,
shit to
guys.
us. I don't
Share.
care.
Share it out. All right.
YouTube.
We do this for you guys.
Episode 8. We're gonna get to 9 and 10, and we'll put them on.
We got a surprise. We got to
Yes.
surprise you guys. Episode 10. We promise it's gonna
Yes.
be nice.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
all right.
Might
Thank you
even
guys.
stream from the barbecue joint.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. Just a tip. Peace out. Episode 8. Y'all will see y'all.
Peace.